In 1996, the world was rocked by the disappearance of JonBenet Ramsey. This was also the year the little boy named Jaryd Atadero was born. When Jaryd was 3 years old, his dad became a single father of Jaryd and his 6-year-old sister Jocelyn. Jaryd's dad became involved with an organization called the Christian Singles Network. This group organized outings and activities that Jaryd and his family would attend. In October of 1999, the Christian Singles Network was going on a trip to a local forest to see a fish hatchery. Jaryd and his family were invited, and his dad was not able to make it that day, but Jaryd and his sister really wanted to go, so although his father had reservations about sending them on their own, ultimately he did let them go. It's unclear when the plan changed, but unbeknownst to Jaryd and Jocelyn's father, the organization decided to go on a hike on the Big South Trail. I went on a deep dive when I was researching for this video, and I saw a lot of comments and input from people who are active hikers who have done the Big South Trail. And all of them have unanimously said that this is not a trail for children. It has very steep drop-offs, it runs beside a river, and it is really easy to get off trail and get lost. The group split up into smaller groups, with the fastest hikers being in the front and the slowest hikers being in the back. Jaryd ended up with this last group of slow hikers. At one point, Jaryd got ahead of his group, and he went off trail into the woods. We know this because he did have a conversation with 2 fishermen who were in the woods, but the fishermen said they could see all of the people on the trail and assumed that Jaryd was with them, so they didn't really think anything about it. They just assumed that when he turned around to leave, he went back to his group. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and a short time after, Jocelyn recalls hearing a very loud scream. Her and other members of the group, though, didn't know if it was a scream of panic, somebody needing help, or just a child screaming like they were playing. When the group realized that Jaryd was missing, they searched for him for an hour before reporting him missing to authorities at the Larimer County Sheriff's Office. Jaryd's father was notified, and a search and rescue party went out almost immediately. There was also a helicopter sent to the search, but the helicopter ended up crashing into the woods, and another helicopter could not be dispatched. Because of the JonBenet Ramsey disappearance only 3 years earlier, this case of Jaryd going missing was all over the news. Media outlets showed up very quickly after he had disappeared to begin reporting on the case. Bill Nelson was undersheriff at the time at the Larimer County Sheriff's Office, and he said that this trail often saw people go missing. That the sheriff's department would send out a search and rescue team, and within a few hours, the people were always found. He had no doubt that Jaryd would be found, and whenever they went out searching, he was searching for a few hours and got tired and decided to go back to his truck for a little while. He told his coworkers to come wake him up whenever they found Jaryd because he knew it wouldn't be very long until they located the little boy. Bill said he was horrified when he was awoken the next morning by the sun because he realized that Jaryd was still missing. Despite an extensive search and rescue mission, Jaryd wasn't found, and it would be another 4 years until his family would get any answers. In May of 2003, 2 hikers who went off trail at the Big South Trail would find Jaryd's clothing, a tooth, and a piece of his skull. At the time, DNA analysis was done, and the remains were an 86% match for Jaryd. And since then, another DNA analysis has been done, and it is a 100% match for Jaryd. Due to religious reasons, Jaryd's father kept the remains and created a shrine in Jaryd's bedroom. What makes this a missing 411 case is that Jaryd's remains were found 500 feet above the trail at the top of a very steep incline in an area that a 3-year-old should not have been able to reach. One of the theories is that he was attacked by a mountain lion, but there was no blood at the scene or on his clothes. Another theory is that he was the victim of an abduction that went terrible, but again, this has never been substantiated. To this day, Jaryd's case remains a cold case, and no official cause of death has ever been given.